It's nice for a youngster like me to go to this movie and actually come away really liking it, because I feel like if I didn't, I would be sent to the afterlife, doomed in hell forever. I feel exalted from my sins. I feel like I never have to go to confession ever again. Said my Our Fathers, said my Hail Marys, said my Glory Bees. I am exalted from my sins because I watched this religious movie. My grandmother would be proud of me. Conclave is out now in theaters, directed by Edward Berger, stars Ralph Fiennes as a cardinal who, after the unexpected death of the Pope, is tasked with managing the covert and ancient ritual of electing a new one. Sequestered in the Vatican with the Catholic Church's most powerful leaders until the process is complete, Lawrence finds himself at the center of a conspiracy that could lead to its downfall. Despite playing to an older audience, I swear to God, the average median age range in the theater when I went to see this a week ago had to be about 75. I think I was the only person who was the age of 30 or younger in the theater. And despite feeling old-fashioned, I feel like that this is a movie that will play well to a crowd like myself. Maybe not a crowd that's unsure about their faith or is having a crisis of faith, but there's a lot of that. There is a lot of thematic material in this movie that really touches upon all that. And there's so many things in the background that are happening where I'm like, okay, how is this movie rated PG? Sure, you got terrorist attacks, you got secret cover-ups from the church, cover-ups that we as citizens of the United States and members of the Catholic Church ourselves, we know about because there's scandals with priests every month, it seems like. This movie touches upon all of that, which is why I was surprised it was PG. I'm like, isn't this a little too heavy to be a PG movie? But it's PG because it's going to play to the older audience. And it's an old-fashioned movie. It's a very dialogue-heavy movie with a sense of mystery to it. And that's what makes Conclave so good. The mystery is staged so well in Conclave. There's so many different twists and turns to this mystery. Twists and turns that actually really work. There's so many things that essentially Cardinal Lawrence is a lone wolf. He's essentially investigating all these different things. He's trying to determine who the best candidate is to be the next pope. He's trying to figure out everything here. And as the investigation goes on, a new mystery reveals itself, and it's actually really interesting to learn about how he's going to deal with all this. And I really like his character in this. He's like, no, don't pick me. I'm not cut out for this. I'm just the one that's leading this conclave. I don't want to be the next pope. But people are voting for him anyway. And he's questioning everybody as things happen. He's like, oh shit, there's scandals beneath the surface of everything that are really coming to a head now, that are really turning my head. And I have to question everybody. It is a slow burn thriller. It is a slow burn drama. But at the same time, with all this mystery revealing itself, a really, really interesting mysteries and really interesting twists and turns. I don't know if this is how they do it in real life in the Vatican City, but how this movie depicts picking a pope and voting for a pope, that was the most intense part of the movie for me. I was just like, Jesus, they're in a room seated at a bunch of tables at each end of this room. The way that they vote is one of the coolest things ever. Like, just dead silence, putting names on a piece of paper, actually counting up the names. They don't use any modern technology. It seems like, I think the only piece of modern technology that is used in this movie is like a copier or a printer or something. And when you're watching this movie, it feels like, yeah, these people are super religious. Like, this is what I envision the heads of the Catholic Church, the diocese of the Catholic Church, to be like, just secluded in their own little bubble where the outside world just doesn't matter to them. And I think that this movie really captures that. Of course, there's scenes where they get transported to places by car. Yes, there's that printer, but like everything else though, it's just like, yep, nope, we're just gonna base our stuff on faith here. It's what I imagine an entire diocese of church leaders and popes and priests, they're ever on retreat. This is what I imagine it would be like. No TV, no nothing. They don't care. They don't care about the outside world. And I really hope they don't care that in MLB The Show, I created a team called the Vatican City Popes, and I created players named after a bunch of different popes and made up popes. And yeah, I'm going to hell for that, for sure, definitely. Maybe I'm not exalted from my sins. So the more tension that this movie creates by being in its own little bubble and the mysteries it tries to unravel, the more interested in the movie I got, even if it is a very, very slow burn. It's 2 hours. It feels a little bit longer because of the slow burn. You're here to watch Cardinal Lawrence figure out this mystery, and you're invested in him as a character. You're invested in the mystery. That's what makes Conclave so great, not to mention the performances. Ray Fiennes. I haven't seen him this subtle and subdued in a long time. Like, I am so used to him just being so calm and collected in scenes, and then him just bursting out into anger in one scene. Gone are the days of, welcome, my friends. 13 years it's been. And then in the next scene, don't do that! I want to see the look on your face when I kill you! Those days are gone in this movie. He is so subdued and so subtle, but it makes for such a more compelling character, and he knows exactly how to play it. I think Conclave is a really, really great movie. If you are part of the older crowd and you're a religious nut, this is going to play well for you. If you are somebody who is young, look at it for how the tension is staged, how things feel so secluded. The acting, the directing, the cinematography. It is a beautifully shot movie. There are so many great shots in this movie. I love all the zoom ins, the zoom outs. Edward Berger is such a great director. I really loved All Quiet on the Western Front that he did a couple years ago. The rumor is that he is one of the directors that's in the running to direct the next Bond movie. I'd be down for that. Conclave is one of those unexpected surprises. One of those movies where I was just like, I don't think I'll go see it in the theaters. And then the more buzz I heard about it, and the more that I saw my fellow peers and friends seeing it and telling me about it, I was like, all right, I'll go watch it. I don't expect anything great. Turned out it was better than great. It's a fantastic movie. I'm going to say Conclave is great with a full bucket of popcorn. So if you guys have seen Conclave, let me know what you think of it in the comments section below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. Sorry this review is late. I've just been really busy this past weekend. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.